Everybody wants to be a cat, because a cat's the only cat who knows where it's at.
Tell me everybody's picking up on that feline beat, 'cause everything else is obsolete. A square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born
Every time he plays.
But with the square in the act, you can set music back
to the caveman days.
I've heard some corny birds who tried to sing.
Still, the cat's the only cat who knows how to swing.
Who wants to dick, long-head kick, stuff like that? When everybody wants to be a cat, a square with a horn makes you wish you weren't born. Every time he plays, oh, a rinky-tinky-tinky with a square in the act, you can set music back to the caveman days.
Oh, a rinky-tinky-tinky.
Yes, everybody wants to be a cat, because the cat's the only cat who knows where it's at. When playing jazz, you always has a welcome mat, 'cause everybody digs a swinging cat.
Everybody wants to be a cat. Hallelujah, everybody wants to be a cat.
One beautiful morning, Mother Bunny was reading the paper while Miffy was eating her breakfast. "Look, Miffy," she said. "A baby zebra has been born at the zoo." "Oh, Mother, it looks so sweet," said Miffy. "Can we go and see it?" "I like the zoo," said Father Bunny. "Let's go there on Saturday. We can go by train." "How exciting," Miffy said. "Can I bring a friend?" she asked. "Yes, Miffy," said Father Bunny. "We can all go together." Later that day, Miffy and Melanie were having fun in the playground. They had their teddy bears with them. "Let's play on the slide," said Miffy. Then Grunty came along. "Can I play too?" she asked. "Of course," said Miffy. "Did you bring your cuddly toy with you?" "I don't have one," said Grunty. "That's okay, Grunty," said Miffy. "You can play with ours." And together they pushed the teddy bears on the merry-go-round. And on the swing. And they had fun in the piles of leaves. "My Teddy's a wild animal," said Melanie. "Roar!" she roared. "So is mine," said Miffy, and she roared as well. "Roar! Roar!" Grunty didn't like that. "Are there really wild animals?" she asked. "Yes," said Melanie. "I've seen them at the zoo." "We're going to the zoo on Saturday," said Miffy. "Would you both like to come?" "Yes, I would love to," said Melanie, but Grunty wasn't sure. "Isn't it dangerous?" she asked. "No," said Miffy. "Anyway, we'll be there with you." "Maybe," said Grunty. "I'm not sure yet if I want to go." Then they all waved goodbye and went home. That night, Mother Bunny read Miffy a story from her book about the zoo. And the lion roared and roared. "Roar!" said Mother Bunny. Miffy was a bit scared. Luckily, it was only a story. And Teddy was there to protect her. "Good night, Teddy," she said, and she fell asleep.
Teddy bear, I feel safe when you are near. I'm not scared of sounds at night when you're sleeping by my side.
Miffy and Grunty were playing at Poppy Pig's house. They were drinking tea, and Teddy was their guest. "Would you like another cup of tea, Mr. Bear?" asked Miffy. "Thank you, Miffy. I'd love some," Grunty replied, answering for Teddy. Then Grunty said, "I wish I had my own Teddy." Miffy had an idea. "Auntie Alice always has cuddly toys because she repairs them for everyone. Perhaps she'll have one for you. Let's go and see," she said. On their way, they saw a lot of colourful leaves lying on the ground. "Let's bring some pretty ones for Auntie Alice," said Grunty. "What a good idea," said Miffy. Miffy picked up a green and a red leaf, and Grunty picked up a brown and a yellow one. Suddenly, Miffy noticed something moving in a pile of leaves. It looked familiar. It was Snuffy. "Hello, Snuffy. Isn't it fun to play in the leaves?" They arrived at Auntie Alice's house. "Hello, Auntie Alice." "Hello, Miffy. Hello, Grunty," said Auntie Alice. "What brings you here? And what beautiful leaves!" "Thank you very much. We came because Grunty wants a teddy of her own," said Miffy. "I'm afraid I haven't any spare at the moment, Grunty," said Auntie Alice. "I only have this sick bear. When she's recovered, she'll go back to her friend. But if you go off and play, I'll have a surprise for you tonight." Miffy and Grunty went to play at Miffy's house. They found 2 pairs of flippers in Miffy's cupboard. They put them on and waddled about. It wasn't easy to walk with such big feet. "I'm a penguin," said Miffy. "What's a penguin?" asked Grunty. Miffy showed Grunty the penguins in her book about the zoo. "They don't look dangerous at all," said Grunty, surprised. "I would like to see them in real." So, as they said goodbye, Miffy promised Grunty that she could come along to the zoo too. At Poppy Pig's house, Auntie Alice was waiting for Grunty. "Here's my surprise for you," she said, and handed Grunty a soft package. Inside, Grunty found a beautiful little white duckling with a yellow beak and red flippers. "Oh, thank you, Auntie Alice," said Grunty. "It's so sweet, and it has flippers just like a penguin." That night, Grunty was happy that she finally had her very own cuddly toy.
Little duck, cuddly toy, to have you near is such a joy. When I sleep, I hold you tight. We keep each other warm at night.
Today was a very special day because Miffy was going to the zoo. She was going by train with Father Bunny, and they had invited Melanie and Grunty to come too. "Isn't this wonderful?" said Melanie. "You can see such a lot when you go by train." "Yes," said Miffy, "and it really goes fast." She put Teddy on her lap so that he could look out of the window. And Grunty put her cuddly toy, the little duckling, on her lap too. Then the conductor came in. "Good morning," he said. "Please may I see your tickets?" And they all showed him their tickets. Then the train stopped. "Here we are," said Father Bunny. "Here is the stop for the zoo. This is where we get out."
Hooray!
They went through a big gate into the zoo. The first thing they went to were the giraffes with their long necks. "Hello, giraffes!" shouted Miffy.
Hello, giraffes.
Shouted Melanie and Grunty. The giraffes bent their necks. Then they heard something behind them.
Hello, giraffes. Hello, giraffes.
"Who's that?" asked Melanie. It was two beautiful, brightly coloured parrots.
Parrots!
They cried.
Parrots! Parrots!
Repeated the parrots. They all laughed. As they walked along, they came to the penguins. Grunty was very excited and had taken her duckling out of her bag. "Look," she said, "you both have the same flippers." "I am a penguin too," said Miffy, and she started to waddle. "Me too," said Melanie. "Me three," said Grunty. And they all waddled round in a circle. "Let's go and find the baby zebra," said Father Bunny. "All penguins follow me." And off they waddled. But when they got there, they could only see Mother Zebra. "Where's baby zebra?" they asked. "I can't see it," said Father Bunny. Grunty looked closely. And so did Melanie. Miffy looked. And Teddy looked too. But all they could see were black and white stripes. Suddenly, Mother Zebra moved, and then they saw baby zebra. Look! There it is! shouted Miffy. Now they could all see it very clearly. I'm glad my Teddy and I don't look so alike, said Miffy. That way I can always find him. They all laughed.
Little dog, teddy bear, I'll take you with me everywhere. I'll bring you to the zoo with me. There's so much there for us to see.
In the zoo, Miffy and her friends were looking at the zebra and her baby. Let's go and look at the other animals, said Melanie. There are so many animals to see, said Miffy. Where shall we go next? asked Melanie. I want to see the elephants, said Miffy. I want to see the crocodiles, said Melanie. What about the polar bears? said Father Bunny. Look, said Melanie. Let's go and see the lions. She roared, roar, and ran off. Yes, lions! How exciting, said Miffy, and she ran off after Melanie. They were in such a hurry to see the lions that Father Bunny had a hard time keeping up with them. He didn't notice that Grunty was still looking at the zebras. As they got closer to the lions, they could hear them roaring. Roar! Miffy was a bit afraid. Even Melanie found it scary. Then they saw the lion. Roar! Roar! Went the lion. Now Miffy really was afraid and started looking for her Teddy. But Teddy wasn't there. Oh no, she cried. I've lost Teddy. Just then Father Bunny arrived. Father, asked Miffy, have you got Teddy? But Father Bunny hadn't. I'm sorry, Miffy, but where is Grunty? I thought she was with you. Miffy and Melanie shook their heads. No, she's not with us, they said. Meanwhile, back at the zebras, Grunty turned around. Where is everyone? She said. She saw Teddy sitting on the ground. Oh, Teddy, she said, you're still here. You must be sad all on your own. But I'll look after you. You don't have to be afraid of all these big animals. I wonder where the others are. Let's go and find them. Grunty started walking, but not the same way the others had gone. Let's go back to the zebras to find Grunty and Teddy, said Father Bunny. They started to walk back. But when they reached the zebras, Grunty wasn't there, nor was Teddy. Grunty had arrived at the lions as well. Look, a lion, she said to Teddy. Roar! Roared the lion. Don't be afraid, said Grunty. I'm big and strong, and I will protect you. But now we really must find Miffy and the others.
don't have to be scared too, 'cause I'll be looking after you.
In the zoo, Miffy, Melanie and Father Bunny were standing in front of the map, looking for Grunty. And now it was starting to rain. "Oh no," cried Miffy. "Grunty and Teddy are all alone, and now they will get wet as well." Meanwhile, Boris and Barbara had come to the zoo too to see the baby zebra. At the zebras, they saw Miffy, Father Bunny and Melanie. "Boris and Barbara," said Father Bunny. "I'm so happy to see you." "We've lost Grunty and Teddy," said Miffy. "Will you help us find them?" "Of course," said Boris. "Let's split up so that we can search in both directions." They all went looking for Grunty and Teddy. When Father Bunny and Miffy got back to the lions, it had stopped raining. "Mr. Lion, have you seen Grunty and Teddy?" "Roar!" Even Father Bunny was a little bit afraid. Barbara, Boris and Melanie went to the penguins to look for Grunty. "Hello, penguins. Have you seen Grunty and Teddy?" asked Melanie. But the penguins only waddled from side to side. "I think that means no," said Melanie, and they walked on. Meanwhile, Grunty was on her way back to the entrance to the zoo. "Don't be afraid, Teddy. We'll find Miffy," she said. "Let's ask the giraffes." "Hello, giraffes," she cried. "You have such long necks that you can see everything. Have you seen Miffy?" The giraffes looked around. Then they pointed their necks in one direction. "Thank you," said Grunty.
Thank you, thank you,
said the parrots. Grunty laughed, and she started to run back. Father Bunny and Miffy decided to walk back to the map again. So did Barbara, Boris and Melanie. Grunty reached the map first, and who did she see? Father Bunny and Miffy came running from one side, and Barbara, Boris and Melanie from the other side. "Oh, we're so happy to have found you, Grunty," said Miffy. "Yes, Grunty. I should have told everyone to meet here at the map if they got lost. I looked after Teddy for you, Miffy." "Thank you, Grunty," said Miffy. "I'm very lucky to have such a good friend." They were all hot after running around the zoo. And now the sun was coming out. "Time for a rest and something to cool us down," said Father Bunny. And he bought them all delicious ice creams. Nobody noticed the little monkey looking down on them. Suddenly, the monkey snatched Grunty's ice cream. It happened so fast that Grunty was very surprised. It was funny to see the monkey eating the ice cream. They all laughed. But Grunty didn't think it was funny. "Poor Grunty," said Miffy. "But because you looked after Teddy for me, you can have my ice cream. Thank you, Miffy. You really are my best friend."
I'll say when it's the end. It's the end.